What is good, everybody? It's your boy Agent P of the GOP here to give you guys your Nuggets talk recap of Rockets and Nuggets. It's the third time that the Rockets have played the Nuggets this year, and they're 2-0, including one of those IST games. So the Nuggets were looking for a little bit of revenge tonight, and here is your recap. Fred VanVleet did not play for the Rockets tonight, but who returned for Denver? Jamal Murray. He came back here, and honestly, it was smooth right from the jump. The offense looked great. They went up 5-3 really quick, but then Murray tried to go into the post. I believe it was against Aaron Holiday or Jalen Green. Went up for a shot and then awkwardly came down and turned his right ankle, and everyone's just like, "Oh my god, really? Come on, we just got you back, dog. Come on, man." But he took his time. He needed the timeout to kind of get his bearings again. Walked back to the huddle, came back, and thankfully he played the rest of the game. Looks like his ankle's probably going to be sore after this one, but we take that 100% over him hurting his hamstring again for sure. So after the timeout, there was a scramble play, and Murray immediately hit a three from the logo, dog. It was ridiculous, and it was a sign of things to come for the rest of the evening. 6:14 mark in the first. Denver went up 21-9. Porter hit 3 threes. He was cooking here in the first half. And the Nuggets hit 5 threes as a team already halfway through the first quarter. Zeke, I wanted to make note of this. I saw Zeke check in to the game into the first quarter. And in his minutes on the court, he came in and played the 4. And that hasn't happened for him a lot this year. It's more of his natural position, honestly, but the Nuggets have been playing him at backup 5 most of his career. He got in, he got to play alongside Jokic, and immediately got a layup after cutting from the corner to the basket, drew a foul on an offensive rebound. And DeAndre Jordan checked in for Jokic a little bit later, and Zeke was still playing the 4. I thought it was a nice little move from Coach Malone to go ahead and try that out for this game. 2:58 mark, Nuggets cooking, up 19 at this point, 32-13. They were shooting 65%, and Jokic already had 8 assists in the first quarter. It was 41-26 after the first. It was a season high for Denver for any quarter this year, not just the first quarter. So really great start. 7-10 from 3, 13 assists on 17 field goals, and Jokic had 8 of those assists. Incredible first quarter. Second quarter, things pretty much moving the same way. 44-30 after 2 minutes. Reggie banked in a long 3 at the buzzer, but back-to-back Rocket buckets had Malone call a timeout. The offense just continued to flow, man. Porter was hitting threes. Jokic was just scoring easily in the post. He was taking his son, Alpi Şengün, to school. Jamal was only at 12 minutes in the first half, and that was a pretty good mark. I think he finished. That's probably what the Nuggets were aiming for, probably around 24, 26 minutes. I'm pretty sure that's what he got. 76-59 Nuggets at the half. Beautiful first half from Denver. 23 first half points from Michael Porter Jr. That tied a career high for a regular season half for him. 6 threes in that first half as well. Jokic almost with a triple-double, 17 points, 12 assists, and 7 rebounds. It was a calmly dominant first half. He wasn't really, it didn't look like he was exerting too much energy, man. He was just doing whatever he wanted out on the court, and Houston could do nothing to stop this man. Third quarter comes around, 10-minute mark, 80-64 Denver. Quick timeout from Houston after a couple of easy Jokic buckets. Then went 15 about halfway through the third, and that's when Jalen Green started going crazy. So Jalen Green started going crazy. He had 19 points in the third quarter alone. The Rockets shot over 70% from the quarter, but Denver shot around 60%. So they were able to maintain an 11-point lead, 108-97 going into the fourth. Jokic almost with a triple-double, 2 boards shy. He had 29, 13, and 8 at this point. Michael Porter Jr. was up to 30. Fourth quarter, Zeke came in and played the 5. No DJ in the second half. And I thought he was pretty solid. I thought it was a solid game from Zeke overall. I'll go ahead and talk about him a little bit more in the post recap. But about halfway through the fourth, it was 123-106 Denver. Team is cruising along. Subs come in with about 5 minutes left for Houston, about 3.5 minutes left for Denver. The subs gave up a bunch of points, and the lead got to 10. But it didn't get any closer than that. Nuggets win 134-124. What did Jokic do tonight? Triple-double. I believe it's his 7th triple-double of the year. 32 points, 15 assists, 10 rebounds. He was in complete control tonight. Like I talked about in the recap, a little bit of alluding to like a calm domination tonight. That's pretty much what it was. He was doing whatever he wanted on the court. Did not get sped up at all. And was just incredibly efficient like he always is, man. I believe, I think I said triple-double number 7 on a year. And having Jamal Murray back, man, for him, just in Jokic's context, I talked about it in the last video. It does wonders for him in terms of getting him easy baskets, man. Jokic had a bunch of floaters in this game, and that's like Jokic's pet shot. So you get him in the lane, Jokic has a floater, he's going to make that thing. It feels like it's 100% of the time. It's a surprise when he misses. So Jokic in that short roll, Jamal's able to hit him in the right spot, and 32 points on a relatively easy night for Jokic. He was incredible. Michael Porter Jr., this was one of his best all-around games of his career. Finished with 30 points, 10 rebounds, and 5 assists. Who said Michael Porter Jr. can't pass, dog? He was really hot early. Like I talked about, 6 first half threes. He finished with 8 overall. His game was really good, man. Nearly flawless night for him. Really nice, calm finishes around the basket. Played solid defense, obviously, rebounded the basketball, and was able to move the rock. And he had a really nice pass to Jokic in the second quarter. After Jokic was doing that little dive cut he likes to do from the top, likes to catch the ball on the run, and he dunked on Sengun. He actually got up a little bit. And dunked on Sengun. So that was kind of fun, man. And it was a great lead pass from Mike. He was doing really well just in all facets of the game. Driving to the basket, hitting tough threes, hitting regular threes. He cooled down a little bit in the second half. And I tweeted on the timeline, the day that Michael Porter Jr. can put together 4 solid scoring quarters will be a glorious day. It'll be the day he finally drops 40 points in the game. Career high right now, still 39, still sitting on that 30 burger. But Mike was great tonight. I'm really happy with his performance, really happy with his growth, man. He's done he hasn't been incredible, but he's been good for most of the year. And there's still room for him to grow. So incredible, really nice performance from Mike tonight, and it's something to build on for sure. Jamal Murray is back, y'all. Jamal, he gave us a quick scare, man. As soon as he came back, dude felt awkwardly, and we're like, oh, shit, man, come on. You just got back, dog. Don't do this to us. But came back in the game. He looked fine. He was moving fine throughout the whole game, so I'm not really too concerned with it. I still think he would play on Friday, but he's probably going to sit on Saturday. We got a back-to-back, so I don't expect him to play both of those games. Hopefully the ankle's good. I don't got to worry about it too much on the flight, and he's all right. Stats-wise, 16.6 rebounds and 6 assists. He shot 4 of 14. Kind of expected, obviously, when you're coming back off the injury. Got to knock the rust off. But he looked good. Hitting Jokic in the right spots, moving the ball around. He hit an alley-oop to Christian Brown in the fourth. Just did what Jamal did, man. Hit some tough shots. Hit some nice layups. And it's just it's like Voltron, dog. It's like when Murray is with Jokic, those two dudes are unstoppable. And they both did an incredible job tonight, and I'm super happy with how they performed. And Jamal being back is just, it's so nice having him back, man. There's just a calming presence about him. You just feel confident as a fan when you see Jamal Murray out on the court working with Nikola Jokic. And the ball was popping tonight. The ball was really moving for this team. And it's a good first step for Jamal to be back. Hopefully he can stay healthy for an extended stretch here, and we can start to build this lead and get back out to being atop the Western Conference record-wise. 2 more player spotlights here, Zeke Naji and Justin Holiday. I'll start with Holiday first. He needs to get his flowers, man, because this dude has been so steady the entire season when he's been called upon. Every time he comes into the game, he just does what he's supposed to do. You need to make a rotation, he'll make a rotation. Contest a shot, he'll contest a shot. You need to make a 3, he shoots he's been a career around 30, a high 30, 40% shooter. Tonight he hit 3 threes. And he knows how to move the ball. He's just a solid veteran, man. And it's funny how Denver just it's like they know what they're supposed to do when they build a team, right? Just get solid veterans who know how to play with Jokic. That's the best way to go ahead and build this team. 11 points, 4 assists, and he hit 3 threes. That's more than plenty from a role guy on your team. And he's been doing well subbing in for Aaron Gordon. And a nice little dynamic when Aaron Gordon has sat is the fact that when they start with a lineup of Jamal Murray, KCP, Justin Holiday, and Michael Porter Jr., you're just starting a bunch of shooters around Nikola Jokic. And if you help anywhere, we knocking them down. And it's really nice to have that dynamic. Aaron Gordon brings a different dynamic. And it's one that we can take advantage of, definitely. But I would like to see Denver sometimes experiment with putting Michael Porter Jr. at the 4 more, just because of the spacing being so nice. They had a cool stagger in this one, obviously, because Jamal was sitting or wasn't going to play a lot of minutes tonight. But when they played Zeke at the 4, I thought that was an interesting wrinkle, because I think it's something that should be looked at for the future. We take out Jamal and Aaron Gordon early, let Zeke play the 4 alongside Jokic. It might be matchup dependent, but I think that's the best to get the best out of Zeke, honestly. Put him aside Jokic. That way he can play his natural position. And then for the stagger, you can bring Aaron Gordon and Jamal back in, and then they can kind of work it that way. And I think that might be something to think about. So, well, I'm going to keep my eyes on that, and that transitions me perfectly into talking about Zeke Naji tonight. Stats ain't going to wow you. He was a minus 17. I don't think it's a little deceiving. He was on the court when he had to play the 5. That was a bit of a tough stretch, and stayed on the court when the Rockets were running it up at the end. So the minus 17 is a little deceiving. But like I said, he was playing the 4 tonight, and that's his natural position. It was really nice to see him be in a spot, just be in a position where he felt comfortable. He didn't have to be the biggest dude on the court. Jokic could handle a lot of the rebounding, and he could go ahead and try to just make athletic plays. He got at the rim, got to the rim for some offensive rebounding opportunities. That's a good thing he has been doing lately, and it was nice to see him do that from the 4 position. Was able to contest some shots, really good at the rim today, and he just looked more comfortable. And it's not a surprise with him playing the 4. So I'm happy to see him get that look. Hopefully this can continue to go on, and Malone can continue to push this look just so we can see what it looks like. And because if you're talking about having another 6'10-ish guy at the 4 position alongside Jokic, I think that's a nice match right there. And Jokic is always going to make anybody look good. So hopefully Zeke can keep his confidence up. He's still got to finish better at the rim, Zeke, obviously. But hopefully he gets his confidence up, and then we can get some better looks as soon as everybody gets healthy, and we can start tinkering with these lineups a little bit more and finding the right mix of characters. So I think it was a solid night for Zeke. Stats breakdown. We had the Nuggets shooting 50% from the field tonight, and they made 19 threes, 37 assists on 48 field goals, an incredible ratio. Out-rebounded the Rockets by 6, and they shot 26 free throws at a team. They made 19 of them. Still got to improve, but shot 26. That's a pretty good number. And only 3 turnovers. Incredible number. For Houston, 26, 9, and 6 from Jalen Green, and 22, 7, 4 from Alperen. Baby Jokic, Şengün. Nuggets now move to 13 and 6 on the year, and they remain undefeated at home at 9 and 0. Got a back-to-back here on the road coming up for Denver. They're going to be at Phoenix on Friday, so they get to have that rematch of that second-round matchup where we went 4-2 on them. This will be in Phoenix. This will be a national televised game. There's going to be a lot of eyeballs on this one. Hopefully Jamal is good enough to play that one. And then on Saturday, back-to-back, they're going to be playing in Sacramento against the Kings. I want to thank you guys again for listening to the Nuggets Talk Recap. I'm your host, Agent P. Leonard Pinckney. Thank you again for listening, and I'll see you next time.